What's going on, my soul family? Welcome back to another episode of the Awake with Jake show. On today's episode, I'm going to be dropping in and sharing with you why passive men piss off feminine women. Now, I want to start out by saying thank you for being here. I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you for being a supporter and listener of the Awake with Jake show. The other day, I put up a quote on my Instagram that said, "Passive men piss off feminine women." And the responses that I got from women was overwhelmingly amazing to see why they piss off feminine women. And what I believe is the number one reason for this is there's no polarity. There's no polarity between his masculine energy and her feminine energy. So a passive man is a neutralized man. A passive man is a neutralized man, meaning that he just kind of wants to fit in with the world. He just wants to blend in. Doesn't really know where he stands. He's kind of flighty, indecisive, all over the place. And in that state of neutrality is no polarity. There is no polarity with a passive man because he's not polarized. When a masculine man embodies his masculinity, there is polarity there. There is great polarity when a man is embodying his masculine essence. And not all men are masculine, not all women are feminine. But in this example, I'm speaking to masculine men and feminine women. If there is going to be polarity between the masculine and the feminine, then you have to lead with your natural core energy in the relationship specifically. So when a woman senses that a man is passive and flighty and wishy-washy, then she thinks to herself, I don't know if I can fully open to him. I don't feel safe to fully open to him. Imagine it like this. Imagine that you get into a boat and you look down at the floor and there's a bunch of holes in the floor. And in those holes, water's coming up through. And you're thinking to yourself, well, this isn't safe. I'm getting off this boat. I don't want to be on this boat. I don't want to sink. I don't want to drown. That's exactly the same way with a feminine woman and a passive man. She doesn't feel safe to surrender into the container of the relationship because there isn't a container. There isn't a container with a passive man because no one's holding that structure. There's no ground for her to stand on. So what happens then? When she senses that you have a wobbly stool that you're offering her to stand on, she's going to stand on her own. She's going to stand on her own masculine energy. And she can do it, and she can do a damn good job of it. But a feminine woman does not desire to always be in her masculine. She wants to lead with her feminine essence. She wants to flow. She wants to open. She wants to receive. She wants to feel. She wants to move. She wants to dance. But if she's always in the masculine role, her body becomes tense, becomes rigid, sharp, angular. Her feminine waters become stagnant. And when the feminine waters become stagnant, they become poisonous. They become poisonous to her body. And think about it right now, just the way you're sitting. If you're a feminine woman listening to this, are you guarded and rigid? Or are you open and flowing? Just tune in with your body in this moment. How are you sitting or standing right now? How are you moving? Do you move with a sense of flow? The feminine is like the ocean. She's gentle but powerful. And when a man is grounded in his masculinity, he can hold those waves of her feminine essence, of her healthy feminine expression. The reason why I say healthy feminine expression, because a masculine man will not tolerate a woman projecting onto him, projecting her pain onto him. He will set boundaries with her. So a passive man does not hold the container. It's like the boat with holes in it. It's unsafe. It's untrustworthy. And because of this, she's going to animate a lot of her own masculine energy, which is going to cause her to feel burned out and rigid and sharp. I have been in those passive moments before, indecisive and flighty. And for my own well-being as a masculine man, I have learned that doesn't serve me. And it damn sure does not serve my intimate relationships. You don't want to be a neutralized man because a neutralized man doesn't know where he stands in life. He's kind of wishy-washy, uncertain of himself. So as a masculine man, what you can do is practice making decisions with confidence. Practice leading. Practice being a protector. Practice taking charge. Feminine women are super attracted to a man who consciously steps up, takes charge, who protects her, who holds her. One of my favorite things that I love to do with Melissa when I see that she's emotionally imbalanced is I say to her, hey, can I just hold you in this moment? Can you receive that? And I ground myself into my body. I pull my shoulders back and I step up like that oak tree and I hold her. And I hold her close to me. And I let her feel whatever she needs to feel. I feel the beat of her heart beating against my chest. I feel the love of her energy opening. And I just hold her. And if more men, masculine men, knew how to hold space, not be reactive and impulsive, and stop making women feel like they're too much, our world would start to heal at a much faster rate. But in order for a man to do that, he has to integrate with his own emotional world. And I spent many years doing that. I even moved into the mountains of California at one point. And I would spend every single day going into the mountains with nothing but a book bag and a jug full of water, walking, talking, crying, repeating the mantra, I give myself permission to feel my pain. I give myself permission to release my hurt. And because of this stuff I was bringing up, I was integrating with my feminine essence, with my emotional world, my inner world, which is the feminine. And this integration was like plugging my lead cords back together. It was like someone had unplugged my lead cords for a very long time. So in order to be truly grounded in your masculinity, you have to be integrated with your feminine essence because you can't heal without it. You can't heal without feeling all of your shit that you've locked up inside of your body. And that's exactly where the pain and the trauma gets stored, is inside our bodies. So please take it from me, from my personal experience. Being a passive man is bland, is boring. It would be like going over to your friend's house for dinner. You get all excited, you get all dressed up. You go in, you're having a drink, you're sitting down, and the plates of food come out. And on those plates of food is gray blobs of mush. And you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck is this shit? You don't want to eat that. Why? Because it's bland and boring. You don't trust the ingredients. That's how feminine women feel when a man is not polarized, when he's not grounded in his masculinity. She wants a man who's clear with his direction, who makes decisions, who leads, who protects. That's what she's most attracted to, with that polarity of his masculinity. She wants to feel safe enough to blow through his branches as the oak tree, right? So as he's grounded and she blows through, that's harmony. That's harmony within the masculine and the feminine dynamics. So as a man, practice leading, practice taking charge, making clear decisions, practice integrating with your heart, because she doesn't want some ramrod who's just going to bulldoze through her flower garden. She wants to feel that you have compassion and that you are sensitive to her needs. You're not insensitive. She doesn't want some insensitive jerk. She doesn't want Mr. Ramrod, but she also doesn't want Mr. Passive Man either. Because in that state of being passive, you're neutralized. So for women listening right now, what can you do to help strengthen his masculine energy? Because I feel like I get this question a lot from women, is invite it. The feminine is the ultimate invitation to the masculine consciousness to step forward. So you do this with your body's expression. If he does something that hurts you, you say, "Ooh, ow." And you move your body like, "Oh, that causes me pain. That hurts me." Or if he does something that you like, you go, "Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes." And you open to that. It's like everything has full expression. It's either a full body no or a full body yes with the feminine. Full expression. Feel that sexual, sensual energy move through you. The feminine is not always this soft, gentle energy. It can also have a shadow aspect, the darkness, which is where we go into to heal. That's where we experience transformation, is by going into our feminine essence. So as a feminine woman, embodying that feminine energy is actually going to draw out masculine energy to you. So if you find yourself attracting passive men, this could also be because you're animating a lot of masculine energy, because masculine and masculine doesn't attract. Feminine and feminine doesn't attract. So if you're a masculine man and you're noticing that you're attracting a lot of masculine women, then maybe you're actually animating more feminine energy than you understand. So take a look within yourself and ask yourself, am I embodying my true core essence? Am I embodying my true core essence? Now, these are all things that I'm going to be teaching with Melissa at my next live event this January in Texas. Now, I want to let you know that the price is going to go up soon for this. So if you'd like to come do some in-person healing work with me and experience 3 days of deep embodiment work, go to jakewoodard.com/awake to grab your ticket today to come do some in-person work with me in Texas. Once again, the price is going to go up for this, so you want to get it still while you can at a reduced price by going to jakewoodard.com/awake. Thank you once again for listening to this episode. If it brought you value, please take a screenshot of it, share it to your Instagram story, tag me. I love you, I appreciate you, and as always, stay open, stay loving, and stay connected to that beautiful source within you.